Hey buddies, Jose here at Wire Ninjas. Today we're going to show you how to cut a gang, particularly a single gang cutout. This is commonly used for low voltage receptacles, same for high voltage receptacles, outlet switches. It'll accommodate one receptacle or one switch, one outlet, whether it's high or low voltage, data, data ports, HDMI ports, particularly with the smaller ports or the Decora squares. One single gang can accommodate up to 6 squares. That means 6 HDMI ports or 6 category cable ports or 6 coaxial ports or any combination between the latter. So let's take a look. All right guys, so we're gonna get into how to cut a gang, particularly a single gang. But first we have some stuff laid out here. Jeff, grab the vac because we'll need that too. These are the things you're gonna need. Number one, Steve, unsheath me. Number one would be a drywall knife. If you're cutting into drywall, if you're cutting into another wall material, please use the right tools. This is the most important thing, a single/double gang cutout template. This is made by LSD or Labor Saving Devices. The number's right there. This is called the Easy Cut. It ensures that you can cut a gang horizontal as well as vertical in a level fashion. So it ensures that you have the right size hole every single time, and it's very quick, easy, very simple. It's honestly a breeze, and this thing saves you countless hours on the job site. So definitely pick up one of these templates. We also have some from, I think it's Johnston Tools. Who is it? There's a couple manufacturers for these. The other one's a little bit fancier, but this works just fine. Any good AV distributor should have this, or you can pick it up online. We're going to need a stud finder to check for studs, make sure nothing is in the way or hindering our gang. And we're going to need a pencil to draw our lines. And then we need a tape measure. And finally, the vacuum. Anytime we're making cuts here at Wire Ninjas, we run the vacuum so that we don't dirty up the floor, the home, you know, whatever it is. This drywall dust in particular is very fine dust. It likes to travel and, you know, creep into places it shouldn't. So we like to run the vac and make sure we have clean cuts. Now, step one is to take some measurements. Measurements with the stud finder as well as with the tape measure. We like to match the existing receptacle. So there's going to be a 5-inch molding going up here. So you can see the distance between the new molding and the receptacle is pretty nice aesthetically. We like to match the current receptacles in the room. So let's take a measurement of that outlet, Steve, and we'll have a working measurement for our gang. Looks like 13.5 from here. So we have 13.5. That's going to be the height of the gang. That way the aesthetics match in the room. We're matching, you know, all the receptacles. They're going to be all at the same height. Now we have to find, we have basically a working height now. Now we need a left to right, you know, a center. So the way we're going to achieve center is we're going to pick the stud bay that we want to hit and use the stud finder to make sure the stud bay is clear for us. So someone go ahead and do that. We're going to hit that corner. Let's see if the, I would hit this corner, Jeff. Yeah, hit this corner. That's where we want it. We're cutting a gang particularly for a subwoofer. So let's go ahead and draw that on the wall. So draw the outer edge of that stud, the outer edge too. Yep. And now let's run the stud finder to the right. And then draw the outer edge there. Just run it back. Yeah, exactly. It's very odd. They ran 6x6s in this wall. They're not traditional studs. All right, so now we know we have a working stud bay here. We know that we're clear to cut this gang in between these two marks that we made on the wall. That's the right stud and that's the left stud. So in between those two, right in the middle, we should draw, what is it, 13.5, Steve? Mm-hmm. So now we have a height and we have a center. We can take our template, throw it on the wall at the desired height and center. So yeah, let's put the plate on the wall. Now we're going to draw a single gang, which for this template, the single gang is just the right side of the template. So get it on that line, make sure it's level, the bubble in the middle. I'll get out of your way. So as long as it's on our line in between the studs and you get the template nice and level. Yeah, once it's level, you can draw your little line. So as soon as Steve gives us the go-ahead, All right. So the template's level. It's where we want it. Now we can draw a line around the template. And that's going to be our trace line where we make the cut. So now that we have a nice beautiful gang traced out on the wall. It's perfectly level, so we know it'll go in level, it'll look nice and stuff like that. We can go ahead and cut it out. So let's get our saw out. Let's run the vacuum. It's going to get a little loud, people. And we'll go ahead and cut this out. So in this case, the drywall is very weak. I'm not sure who did the renovations here, but we're basically going to stack a whole new renovation on top of these walls because it seems like the quality wasn't there, people. Like, as you can see, the sheetrock's just coming apart along the bottom here. I'm not sure what happened down here, to be honest, but no big deal. So that's pretty much how you cut a gang. Like I said, different wall materials will vary. So if you're cutting into stone, that's a whole different deal. And if you're cutting through plaster walls, that's a whole different deal as well. All right, guys, so that's going to be a wrap on our little video here, how to cut a gang. We figured we'd bring this to you because it's very important. It's something we do on a daily basis. Behind a TV panel, I'd be cutting a gang. I would do it for a data port. I would do it for projector low voltage wiring. Usually anywhere there's low voltage wiring or cabling, it's the cleanest way to do things is to have, a nice finish plate on the wall and have a port to plug into. Now, this isn't ideal for every situation. For example, if you're going to do a no-gap mount for an LG Gallery TV or something other TV, you simply don't have the room to have a port on the wall and plug an HDMI cable in, for example, because the offset's going to be, you're going to come out of the wall about 2 inches. So it doesn't work in every instance, but 99% of the time you should be cutting gangs for the wiring that's coming out. Even on larger speaker arrays, I like to cut a gang, a large wall mount speaker, I cut a gang back there, pull my speaker wires through. The other thing to note is that a gang, I believe, the size was chosen for several reasons. One, there's industry standardization. So if you cut a single gang, you know that a single receptacle can go in there, whatever kind of box, because there's different size, depth boxes, but they all fall into that single gang platform, whether it's high or low voltage. But also, I think one of the reasons they chose this size is because it's the perfect size for you to be able to get a hand through, grab a snake, pull it through, grab a wire, pull it through, get a hand through, drop a wire and send it through. It's the perfect size in a lot of ways. And if you go to the store, you'll see, single gang, you have all types of finish plates, switches, outlets, receptacles, stuff like that, and they're all going to fit the same size gang. So we hope this information is very helpful to you, and we look forward to bringing in some other stuff related to this, the dressing of the gang, the different types of receptacles that can go in there, the finish plates, Decora versus the other style. And that's a wrap, man. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.